has become very clear to us now. Now it is very important that to imbibe this we need power. The original nature of the soul is peace, purity. So these qualities and the specialities, who is the source? What do you say? Who is the source of this? So we have to recharge this power within ourselves. As doctors we guide for healthcare, this power also we should empower. We should give healthy food, we have to give exercise, the quality of sleep should be good. So this body also is good to do our routine day-to-day activities. So we have to keep the soul also empowered. So what we heard, the qualities of the soul in the morning. The nature of the soul is to recharge it, to empower it. The soul is the source. What do you say about the source? Who's the source? Whom do we connect that we imbibe this power and recharge ourselves? We understand it is God. So who is God? With our mind and intellect we connect to the God. So how? Here God himself comes and gives his own introduction. So who will know God? So God himself gives his introduction. So God's introduction should be that every soul accepts, every soul understands. Each soul on earth is actually ऐसे okay. So every religion is actually keeping, every religion understands God in one or the other way. In some or the other way, this knowledge will reach to everyone. So when God himself comes and gives introduction, so he actually teaches us how to connect our mind and intellect to him. So God comes and gives his introduction, which is actually acceptable to every religion, every soul. So we have always remembered God with lot of love. Each one of us sitting here has a personal connection with God. We have a personal experience with God. We have a unique feeling, a personal connection with God, and we do have many experiences. Everyone has experience with God. And we have seen in different religion also, with lot of love, with a lot of, we remember him. And we have also gained many things when we remember him. So now we want to gain something, that mind and intellect keeps connected with God. So what is the natural way of remembering him? Like how you are sitting here with mind and intellect, you have a connection with your own family. Even when you are sitting here, even while sitting here, you can actually remember your children, your parents, your spouse. You are even learning, you are listening to me. The moment I say parents, child, with mind and intellect, you are immediately connected to your family. Same is our connection with that Supreme Father. So even while doing our work in day-to-day activities, naturally our mind and intellect gets connected with God. And while even doing our work, when we do every work and in his remembrance, so what benefit do we get? What benefit do we get? In the natural way, if we remember him, what we get benefit? When the soul gets connected to the Supreme Soul, so he is actually the ocean of all the qualities. So when to lower, The moment we connect the wire of our mind and intellect to that Supreme Father, and when it is connected throughout the day, then the power flows from there to us. And as how we heard in the morning also, the level of our power of our mind is also higher. And with that power of mind, when we do our work, so the work quality also improves, and also the people around us, all people around us, even the environment also becomes empowered. So as we have seen in different religions, we have remembered him, but we also complain to God that we remember you, we want to remember you every moment, but our mind, it doesn't stay in your remembrance every time. So we tell God about this. We are not able to concentrate on him all the time. So this complaint for God, here we get transformation about this complaint. So he teaches a very easy way to remember him. So what is the role of God in our life? We remembered him. At the same time, we remember different special souls in our life. We are human souls. Out of our human souls, some people do good work, some good deeds. So they are called Punyatma, Punya souls. And we do remember them also. People who do great work, Mahatmas. In religions also, they have done some work, good work, with their experience, how they have connected us to God. And even the religious establishers also have an important role on earth. So the religious establishers are also different. They are also different. At the same time, we do remember deities, we call them, we do puja. So everyone has the selected deities also. So like that, deities are also different. And what about God? So God is different, deity is different. God is one, deities are many. Param, the meaning supreme. Supreme means only one. Special souls are many, but supreme is only one. So that supreme soul, in what qualities he is supreme to supreme, that we call him supreme. So we see there are many qualities are unique, and hence we called him Supreme Father. So when God gives his introduction, his supreme soul is the highest of the all. So that is why we say his name is also high, his work is also high, and where he stays, the place is also high. That's why we say Sarvocha, highest of the all. Knower of all, we'd say him knower of all, the one who has the knowledge of the entire world. We ask things to each other, what is this, what is that. So we say God knows, I don't know. So God is the knower of everything. Why we say God knows, like very loosely we use this term. So why do we say? Because God actually is the knower of everything. Third thing, God is actually above all the bondages, out of all the influences, out of all the bondages, out of all the chakras. He is beyond of all the influences and bondages. He is God. Fourth point, so God is actually the ocean of all the qualities and specialities. He is the source of all this. He is the eternal and ultimate source of spiritual energy. And the fifth point, which is very important, he is the father of all, and he should be accepted by all the different religions. So first point, highest of the all. First point, His name is very high. So when we tell about the God's virtues, we compared God to ocean, right? So everyone has a special quality. When we appreciate each other, when we say that he is very honest, he is very silent, like for each other we say. But when we talk about God, then we say God is actually ocean of knowledge. Sag, ocean means infinite. There is no end to it. The nature. So God is actually ocean of the knowledge, ocean of love. So God virtues is compared to ocean. Why did we compare to ocean? What is the speciality of ocean? What is the speciality of an ocean? Yeah, it is unlimited. It is eternal. It is limitless. It is boundaryless. That is why we say it's an ocean of. For a soul, we said that it's a silent soul. But in some situations, that person can get angry in certain situations. But otherwise, he is silent. But for God, we say ocean of silence, ocean of peace. The one who is the bestower of peace. The one who, in any virtue, any specialities, he is the ocean, unlimited, highest of the all. And his work is also very high. So what's work of God is very special to us. On personal level, when do we remember God? What about his work do we love about God? What is the role of God in my life? What is his divine act that very, very important and touching for me? What is God's duty which is very special and love to me? Love. Always giving love. What kind of love? Unconditional love. Humble. A lot of love. Kindness. What else is the duty of God? The one who gives every time. Always gives. Without any expectation. Unconditional love. What else? I want different things we remember God. And when different things we remember God. Okay, when we are having sorrow, so he's called as the one who destroys our sorrow and brings happiness in our life. So he's bestower of happiness. That's why it's written in Gita. So in pain we always remember God, but when we are happy we don't remember God. That's written in Gita. So this is one of the important duty of God, that he finishes our pains and sorrow and brings about happiness in our life. So God gives knowledge and God gives us understanding. The cause of our pain, we also learned how to change our feelings and emotions. We have to teach our mind how to keep our mind positive and keep in happiness. So God gives the knowledge, God gives the understanding, God gives power of knowledge. And what is the important other duties of God which is important? It's the ocean of this peace. During this time we see that healing, different pathis are there that people go for naturopathy. People get attracted to naturopathy so that there is cleansing or so toxins gets released, so we go for detox. So for soul, inside the soul, who's going to detox the soul?
who can cleanse the soul, cleanliness of the soul, purification of the soul. So the God is the one who actually purifies the soul, cleansing of the soul. This is the duty of the Supreme Father. So gives the understanding of knowledge. He he fills ourselves with a lot of power. So increases the purity, the divinity inside us. So there is also the duty of God is also very high. So his duty is connected to his specialities. So now where does God stay? He stays at the highest place. Now all the religious establishers who came, they always pointed us that what does God stay? Yeah, he stays up. When we ask children also, they will say where does God stay? So they will point towards up. In Islam also, when they pray namaz, drishti, and they have to take the mind and intellect towards up. In Christian also, oh God Father above, they also say, though they also know that God stays above. In the Hindu Dharma also, God Neeli Kshatriya, the one who is with a blue umbrella, the one who stays up. All these signs tells us that when we have to do research, so where is the research? It is towards up. Inside this earth, what is the research? What is inside the earth? Minerals, different minerals are there. So all the research what we are doing above, beyond the space also. Even scientists tell us in the three worlds, the three spaces, and physics. Many scientists have mentioned about these three worlds. There is one world. It is beyond. It is slower to the speed of light. That is the physical world. Where we stay is the physical world. So sound, movement, everything is there. So everything is below the speed of light. There is one world which is beyond the physical world. So it is beyond the speed of light. According to the speed of light, and to that world they told luminous world. Under luminous world, luminous world. And there is a third world they have told, and where everything goes above the speed of light, which they have called super luminous world. Where is the there is no sound, there is no space, there is no time. So that is a super luminous world. In different religions, in different books, shastras, it's known as Brahma Matattva. So God stays beyond the physical world, that is a super luminous world, the world of silence. It's the world of silence. How you are sitting here. Whenever we ask you about your clinic, about your hospital, do you reach there? You reach there, no? When I say clinic, when I say home, do you able to see that? You're able to reach there? You're able to see also your clinic. There must be these people sitting there. You are able to see your clinic physically? We are sitting here, but you are able to see your clinic by sitting here. So how did you reach there? How did you reach there? To your home, to your clinic. How did you reach there? Are you able to see with these physical eyes? No. So how you are seeing it? You are seeing through the eyes of mind. Mind, body, mind, intellect. So mind is the one which is our mouth. The intellect is the one which is the eyes. So what you are visualizing, so that's why we say eyes of the mind, inner eyes. Through the intellect you are able to see your home and your clinic. So what we cannot see with these physical eyes, with the intellect eyes we visualize that thing. So with soul also we visualize with intellect. At the same time, that Paramdham, the world of silence, where God stays, we visualize with the body, with the my intellect eyes we see that. So it's red. That's the place where God stays. So all the religion has spoken about this place. So God stays the highest of the high place. Second thing, He is the ocean of knowledge. If you see the entire earth like a tree, so the seed of that tree is God, and He gives the knowledge of the entire tree. When you take about the body knowledge, you people will talk more about it, the doctors. You make doctors. When you teach, you make doctors. Through body, through science, we talk about the body. But the knowledge of the soul, whatever is anything, the spirituality about the soul, the truth about the soul, that spiritual wisdom God gives. And that spiritual knowledge, with that knowledge, we can bring transformation in our life. In morning also we heard many things. So the how to bring a change about the thought. Yeah. With that understanding and that power God gives us. That is why we say He is the ocean of knowledge. The one knower of the all. He is the source of all knowledge. Third thing, He is beyond all the bondages and influences. So when we see one law of science, the law of entropy, physics law, science, this law we are picking up to understand things. So any system which starts 100% energy is there. The once that system comes in use, so the energy starts decreasing. And the law of entropy says that depreciation or draining or decreasing. Okay. So when it comes to one point, when the energy is almost going to get over, then again rejuvenate that system, empower, lycanthropy process. What we have to do? So science says connect to the external source of energy. Like for example, we can take an example of mobile. We use the mobile throughout the day. When we use, it gets discharged, right? Then again what we do? We charge it. Yes, we have kept everywhere. So we want to keep this mobile every time charged. So whenever we see that it's discharged, so we get message. So we say that connect the charger. So the energy of the soul also decreases. The specialities and the virtues of the soul decreases. Do we get message? What is the message the soul gets? Like we get irritated in small things. We are getting tired with the mind. These are the messages. Relationship issues and conflicts. This is we don't want, but the relationship. There is an exchange of pain. So this is the message do we get. So what we have to recharge? We have to recharge the soul with peace, with tolerance, with unconditional acceptance. So this is the message we get. So this is the source of energy when we have to connect to God. So this is the role of God. So God is actually the ocean of all these virtues, and to empower all the souls in the entire cycle to come in the birth and death. The soul comes and takes the body according to his age. The soul has to leave the body. From the birth only, it's destined that the soul will leave the body. You see birth also, you see death also, being a doctor. So we understand this is a journey. So we understand soul comes in the cycle of birth and death. So the soul, when comes for birth, comes in the womb, and the one it leaves the body, that we say death. When the soul accepts the body, that is birth, and the soul leaves the body, that is death. So when the soul comes in the body, so the journey begins about the karma. So what we see in the karma, what is attached to karma? Every action is equal and opposite reaction. So karma, and then what is the reaction? Sometimes we write good karmas which gives good reactions, and there are some karmas then we see then in a some or the other way we get pain. So karma and the reaction. So this is a cycle actually. So soul comes in this cycle, and what we saw the duty of God. So God's role is to make pure, cleanse the soul, empower the soul. So God is the actually external source of energy. He doesn't come in this cycle. So God himself has told in his introduction that he is out of this chakra of birth and death. But God also has a very important role. So what is that important role? How he gives happiness to us, knowledge to us, purifies us. It's a very beautiful understanding which we will understand further. So he does his duty, but his duty is very important. But that birth and death, he is out of this cycle. Karma and the action and the reaction, he is out beyond of this. The sorrow and happiness, this cycle also he is out. He is the so he removes our pains and sorrows. So that is why in God's speciality it is told that he is outside this chakra. Fourth, so he is the source of all, source of happiness. So we have seen that whatever things we require for the body, it is available. So what the soul requires when a patient comes to you for body, if he feels very weak through his body, weakness in the body, work. For that you give treatment to the patient, tonic, medicines, diet. But if he is weak from the mind, from inside, feeling very low, very peaceless, what do? The psychiatrist is also gives medicine, gives relaxation medicines, but to empower that mind, to improve, build up the power of mind. So what's that source? Who's the source? So for the power of the soul, God gives. He's the ocean of power. So for soul, it is God. Like those to fill power, virtues. So when we come in this environment, it's a very beautiful environment here. So when we go to clinic, you have to keep there the environment very pleasant. So you keep AC on. So the environment outside is very hot, but the moment you use AC, whatever temperature you want to keep in the ICU, in the operation theater, you can keep, no? To make the mind cool, relax. If you want to make the mind relax, peaceful. So who's the source? Any other? So for mind, the peace source is God. So for soul, the source for virtues, and for power, it's only God. Also, the God has to be accepted by all the religion. Then only we call God. So in different religions, we have seen that we remember Him with a lot of love. So whatever gives the introduction. Different religions have given different introduction of God. It is one that He is the Father. So in Christianity we see what Christ told. We remember this God Father. What Christ told? I am the Son of God. I am the Son of God. I am the messenger of God. You have to remember that God Father. When we also crucified Him, when they crucified Him, so that's what Christ told when He was crucified, that forgive them, they don't know me. So what actually Christ was doing, taking our mind and intellect towards the Father. Whenever we talk about healing, different experiences in written Bible, I touch and pray, God heals, God heals, God Father heals. So you remember God Father. So what mind and intellect connect to God. He is the light. He is the light, source of light, love. So Guru Nanak Ji, he said, Ek Onkar Nirakar Nirvair Sasyakar Sadguru, incorporeal. The Sadguru is incorporeal, bodiless. So body is physical. That's why we say it's physical. And soul, it's metaphysical. It's an energy. That's why we say incorporeal. Does not have any body. Does not. God is also incorporeal. Very beautiful, scriptures are there for God. In the spiritual study also, God also explains us. It did not take time from becoming human to deity. So God gave actually the understanding from human to deity, to elevate from human consciousness to deity consciousness. That God gave us the understanding. Suppose if somebody comes and helps us or gives cooperation, so we say that's a deity. Do we say this? No, that's an angel. We say this, no. We say, no, this is a deity. Like the deity means it's elevated consciousness. From human consciousness to divine consciousness is God. In Islam also, they talk about Noor-e Ilahi. God is light, the incorporeal. Noor. They spoke about Noor, that is light. It's a supreme light. It's a Jyoti Swarup. There are also Moses. He also spoke about the light. Yeah. He also spoke to Moses. So he also wrote about the 10 Commandments. There also spoke about light. So every religious establishments and different special souls have always been in meditative postures, and then they always told us to remember God. in meditation also, in Buddha Swaroop. You have seen, you can see the picture, the way he's sitting. So it's a meditative state of mind. Whom they are remembering? Whom they are remembering? This is actually the statue of Buddha, Mahavir. So he's actually, they are remembering God. And here also in Buddhism, God, knowledge, and he spoke about actually about the karma philosophy. In Jainism also, penance, tapasya, Mahavir Swami, for 12 years he did penance, tapasya. With tapasya, with this body, ego, he won over that. The body consciousness, he won over that body consciousness, and won over all the five senses. So Mahavir Swami won over body consciousness, and that's why he gave about the costume. So the body is actually a form of costume to the soul. So costume to the soul. So that's why there they have shown that they have given above the costume. So this is tapasya. So with mind and body connect to God, to stabilize and the soul consciousness. It's a symbolic that they are given the costumes of the body, so consciousness of the body given up. So that is why they have shown in that religion. Even in Parsis they remember light, fire, higher temples they have, Agyare. In different religion, God is remembered as light. In one God, so God is remembered in physical form. Different physical forms of God to remember God. Which is that religion? This is the Hindu Dharma. So many deities are remembered in Hindu religion. 33 crores deities. 33 crores is actually the population. The population is only 33 crores. That the deity, divine consciousness souls. There also, one incorporeal God is remembered. That's a Shivling in the ling form. The incorporeal form, they remember God. Every religion, twelve Shivling. Different mandirs, different temples are remembered as Nath or Ishwar. Nath means Lord, Ishwar means God. So different names are different. According to God's duties, they connected the names. Like example, Somnath. Nectar is called as Somras. Like in Shastras, different stories are written. If somebody dies, so if you give that Amrit, you get life. So in humans also we see then there is sorrow when I'm depressed. There is no desire to live, although basically alive. In that way, how is the life? The liveliness, the happiness, that is not there in the life. Even when being in the life, actually living like a dead person, there is no enthusiasm. So in this kind of life, so God with understanding and knowledge gives this nectar of knowledge. He gives a new life. He gives a higher purpose to our life. And there are many experiences you will be able to hear. In the spiritual understanding, the thought process, the vision, the vision only changes. It becomes very great. So that's how God understands us, makes us understand. So Rameshwar. So Ram deity also actually worshipped Shivling. Amarnath. What is Amarnath? How he makes us Amar. We all want to become Amar. With God's knowledge, with the knowledge of soul, God actually explains us what is Amar. The moment we get the knowledge of soul, so inside what fear we have, the anxiety we have, the way we understand that we can make this life very beautiful, this journey, once it is completed, we get there is a different journey which starts. So soul leaves the body. So the fear of dying, the fear of anxiety of dying, of the self, of somebody else's, or someone who has left the body. And here we see that there are accidents, very sudden accidents are there, sudden heart failures are there. We do hear about all this. So this times, so some amount of fear is all of us are having. So God actually gives us the knowledge about the soul. The soul doesn't die, Amar. So soul leaves one body. So the fear regarding the death, what is this about death and what outside about after death, so this knowledge God gives. So we get free about, we become free about this fear. I'm from Mumbai. There is a Babulnath temple. Babul means it's a tree. A lot of thorns inside it. So thorn like our sanskars, weaknesses which we are having. So with that we give sorrow to each other. When there is a struggle of ego in relationship, we give sorrow to each other. And then we give lot of expectations. So do we get sorrow? Do we get sorrow from our children? So that our sanskars is like thorns, giving pain to others, to us also and to others also. We heard about emotions. What emotions? Left side emotions or hands, what we did in the morning. When we come under the influence of that emotion, then we give pain to ourselves and others. So thorn like sanskars transform it. So God gave us the knowledge how to transform this and become like flower. On the right hand, when we keep the original virtues and to make our original sanskar. So in the natural way, how do we bring about that? That knowledge God gave us. That's why Babulnath. So God gives us the knowledge that we are like Him only. We look also like Him. Like how father and the child try to dress up like each other. We see videos also. So when we are doing dancing, different activities, they do twinning, wear clothes same. So God also says I am also like you. Like how soul is also like a point of light, God is also a point of light. I am also incorporeal point of light, and I am also full of virtues. But I have the ocean of these knowledge, ocean of these virtues, qualities. What is my form? God says my form is same like you, point of light. Like how we have body, like we have got from our parents, we humans. So how will be our parents? So like that also, soul is point of light. God is also point of light. He is the ocean of all the knowledge. You are like me. We say no Shanti, the ocean of peace, ocean of knowledge. We do remember God. Like how we chant about God, the bhajan, the kirtan, whatever virtues, I am the ocean of it. You are also like me. I am the ocean of all the virtues and qualities. So God in His property gives all these knowledge and virtues to us, all these specialities and virtues. So he is the peace of ocean of peace. So we are also peaceful. So now, do you want to remember? Do you want to ask this to God? If you are eating food, does the child stands and asks you? Does he beg you? Does your child beg you that I give me one roti, give me one rice? He will sit with you and eat food. He has that right to sit and eat. So you can actually take whatever from your plate. Whatever is in your plate, whatever you have, it is of your child. So like this also, we become the master of whatever virtues and specialities God has. So God makes us like Him. Slowly, with Raj Yoga meditation, we fill ourselves with those virtues and qualities. So look alike. So when we do Raj Yoga meditation, when we see ourselves, we are a point of light here in the center of the forehead. So how we did that? So we see ourselves as a point of light. Actual, where is the seat? You are being a doctor, you know. So it's in the center of the forehead, exactly there, it's sparkling star. So in the form we see it as a point of light. Also we see God. God is also point of light. God's aura, very good, very divine, ocean of all the virtues and specialities. So in meditation also, when we connect with the mind and body, so God came and told His name. My name is Shiv. So we think that it is connected to some religion. No, Shiv actually is a Sanskrit word. So Sanskrit is actually a mother of all the languages. It has come from different Sanskrit. This word Shiv means Bindu, means top, means a point. It's a seed, benefactor, seed and point. This is the meaning of Shiv. So the form is a point, and the relationship of God with us is the seed of the entire human tree. So his role is also a clear benefactor, and the third, and his duty, benefactor. So he comes and benefits all the souls. He transforms us, he fills us with power, he guides us. So that is why he is known as benefactor. So in one word only, all the three meanings are there. So whenever we remember God, so here we say this word Shiv Baba. Have you heard this word Shiv Baba? Many of them say Baba. Baba. So like Baba means father. So in Bhakti also we have told that father and mother, we remember you. So many relations we remember God, but main relation we remember God is with father. So when we go to hospital, from home to hospital, you can be a team leader, you can have a good position in the hospital, but the moment you come to home, what your children say? Daddy, mommy. Your title, do they remember you with the title or with daddy, mommy? Daddy, mommy. Whatever can be your position outside your home, but at home you are the mother and father. God's virtues is very highest of the high. We do remember him with his highest virtues. He takes care, world benefactor, he is merciful, he is the ocean of all the virtues. But what he will is to what he is to me, he is the mother and father to me. So with that close relationship, we call him Shiv Baba. Only Baba word. So with love, when we remember him, so with that relationship, we remember Baba, father. Your children also tell you mom, dad, father, mama, papa. So different love and bond your children call parents. So with that right, with that relationship, you experience that. So here also we call him Shiv Baba. Many times you are hearing this word Baba, and you are hearing Mera Baba, my Baba, that belongingness to the father. So when you experience that belongingness, you feel that he's very close to you. So you don't require any teaching to any child to remember his parents, his mother and his father. Did you get any did you get any training to remember your mother and father? How you remember your mother and father? So how they remember the mother and father? How do they remember? The moment a child is born. The moment a child is born and goes to any stranger's labs, what does the child does? He becomes restless, cries. And in that days of birth only, the child remembers a parent, and the bond also he experiences very deep. So the moment the relationship, the bond is built up, you remember God. But we complain a lot to God. We say no, that our mind doesn't stays in your remembrance. We do want to remember him in prayers, but we are unable to do that even in meditation. If your child says to you that I love you so much, but I can't remember you, I am sorry, my mind doesn't stabilize in your remembrance. Will you like it? What you will experience? What you will feel? Does he remember me? Does he love me? Bond means the bond is like you don't have to remember, but how to forget that person. So here also, when we have that relationship with the Supreme, with love, when we remember him, we want to experience that closeness with the Father, with that relationship. So then that remembrance becomes natural, and very easily all the time we experience God with ourselves. So that is why all of us who are in your coming in interaction with all these people, they always use this word Baba is with us. So God gives the introduction to us. So mind and body, how to connect to him. And then that's the remembrance becomes easy. Let's remember God. Let's remember him with that relationship for some time. Mind and body. Bring your mind and body from outside world for some time. Take a break from all that thing of outer world, like a tortoise. Mind and intellect. Let's take the journey inside. With the eyes of mind and intellect, look at yourself in the center of the forehead, the beautiful form of yours. For some time, experience the form of the soul, either soul, peaceful being. With this peaceful mind, I am experiencing it for some time. Connect the mind and intellect to that ocean of the peace. How we have understood God, Father, the one who stays in Param Dham, the resident of Param Dham. For some time, with your mind, let's reach to that peaceful world with the eyes of mind and intellect. Look at your form, the soul, beyond this earth, beyond the sound of this earth, beyond the sun and stars and galaxy. Let's reach that world of light. When we visualize the eyes of mind, let's visualize the world of light. Where the God resides. He is the sparkling star, the supreme star. God is my Father. We are seeing that supreme light with the eyes of mind and intellect, who's the ocean of peace. We are experiencing Him with the eye, mind. Experiencing that peace. God, Father, He is the ocean of love. Experiencing the bond and relationship with God. The unconditional love of God I am experiencing within myself. God's love. Giving peace to the mind. God's peace. Experience this within yourself. His love. Fill yourself with love. With this relationship with God. Experiencing Him as my friend. Feeling yourself blessed. With the mind, eyes of mind and intellect, again we have reached here. We have experienced insight that whenever, for some time, we can connect Him. We can also fill ourselves with the power of God. Om Shanti.